And one of the line in it was Shakti रूप को मर्म न पायो, Shakti गई तब मन पछतायो. Have we forgotten what is this idea of Shakti? And how do we invoke Shakti in ourselves? Because we say, Ya Devi Sarvabhutesu Shakti Rupena Sansida. It is in us all. How do we invoke Shakti, sir?
What a wonderful thing to start the program. You see, in fact, as I said before, the earliest way the Hindus could relate to the idea of a super personality who is kind of controlling the universe was the idea of mother goddess. The archaeological evidence very clearly shows that the Hindus always thought the ultimate reality, if you want to personify it, it has to be in the form of a mother, not a father, mother. Some society are patriarchal. They focus on the idea of God as a father figure. But the Hindu tradition has started by focusing on the idea of ultimate reality as mother goddess. So this is, if you like, very visible. But what's the deeper vision that comes with this idea of Shakti? That's what I want to explore today. The deeper vision that comes out of Shakti is this. Hinduism says there's a principle, just follow me. It sounds a bit, kind of, abstract, but please follow me. There's a principle called Brahman, which is the one thing underpinning the whole of creation. There's one thing, not a person, a principle called Brahman or Braha. Now, Brahma is actually a very powerful thought because this is a principle-oriented tradition. All of the traditions, religious traditions, are personality-oriented traditions. I mean, they focus on God, like without form or with form, whatever, but we are saying no personality, principle. This is one of the wonderful things that comes out of our tradition since very ancient days. And this is called Apurusheya, idea Apurusheya. Hinduism is Apurusheya, not focusing on personalities. Now, so as the first personality we could think about was the idea of ultimate reality as a mother figure. So we say, we agree with that. Now, there's a very interesting kind of disjoint between the Brahma that underpins reality and the world that we encounter. How is this transition possible? How can Brahma become this world that we encounter? And this issue remains very difficult to address. Even today, this is a very difficult issue to address. What it is and what it appears is there's a disjoint. There's no direct link. And this disjoint is called Maya, means something that's very difficult to kind of encapsulate or understand. How can something pure and pristine appear as this jagged world that we live in? And this idea is called Maya. And the wonderful idea that comes with this idea is the word Mahamaya. Means the power that can make this ultimate reality appear as this creation is Mahamaya, and that's called Shakti. See, this is where the idea of Shakti arises at a philosophic level, not at a personality level, at a philosophic level. So Mahamaya, the one that makes this Brahma appear as this creation, is called Shakti. Mahamaya is the lovely name we give. Now you see, just as we have lots of scriptures, there are two scriptures that talk about the idea of Shakti in a very wonderful manner, and these two scriptures are, in the Markandeya Puran, there is the idea of Chandi. So they created 700 verses, just like in the Bhagavad Gita, focusing on the idea of Krishna as the ultimate reality. The idea of ultimate reality as Mother Goddess is seen in the Chandi, in the Markandeya Upanishad. Fair enough. But then you see the deeper ideas come from, if you like, the Devi Sukta of the Rig Veda in the 10th Mandal. It's called Devi Sukta. It's a beautiful idea. These are the key features of Devi Sukta. It says, this ultimate reality, when it kind of becomes visible as this reality, it still shows its colors as follows. It says all the forces, all the powers that all the gods or human beings have comes from this idea of Shakti. This is the idea of the Rig Veda. And then it says it appears also as consciousness. See what a wonderful idea. It's the strength-giving thing and consciousness that we all experience. And the most powerful thing is this. When you look at personality-oriented Hinduism, you talk about Mother Goddess fighting the evil doers, like Mahisasur, you got all these colorful Puranic stories. Wonderful, nothing wrong with it. But the deeper vision that comes from the Devi Sukta is something different. He said the aim of this Devi Sukta is not to fight a demon who is external, like an outside evil guy that we have to kind of destroy, the Mother Goddess has to destroy, but the inner demons that we all possess. This is Devi Sukta. It's a deeper vision, not exoteric, but esoteric, means looking inward. And this is what it says. There are 6 enemies of humanity which doesn't allow our true nature to be visible to us. And these 6 enemies are Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Madha, Matsarya. This is what Devi Sukta says. My friend, if you are able to in a way, defeat these inner demons that we all human beings possess. It's not because we are horrible, evil, people, but through the process of evolution, we have picked up these very poor traits of, kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mad, matsarya. And they, in a way, obstruct our view of our true reality. So this is the power of Devi Shukta. And do you know how it ends, Devi Shukta? It says, when you are able to conquer these inner demons, it's not that they are monsters, we are monsters, but we acquire this bad taste, if you like, over so many lifetimes. When you're able to overcome them, then your true nature as a spirit, in a way, flows through. And this is a beautiful idea in the Devi Shukta. So this idea of Shakti is very central. And you see, in the Indian tradition, we are very pluralistic. So different parts of India will focus on ultimate reality and different personalities. Some will focus on Vishnu, some will focus on Shiva. But the idea of focusing on the ultimate reality as Mother Goddess is a speciality of two parts of India. The very far western part and the far eastern part, Bengal. Bengalis love Mother Goddess, Ma, they always screaming like that. Okay, fair enough. And Gujaratis, if you go and see any Gujarati film, unless there is a Garba, means all the people dancing around the image of Mother Goddess, singing and dancing, it's not proper, it's not a film, not a Gujarati film. So Gujarat is devoted to Mother Goddess, and it's so nice. In Eastern India, Bengal is devoted to Mother Goddess. But now see, the important thing, look, Manish Bhai, let's make it practical. Mm-hmm. When we do a marriage ceremony and the bride and the groom are expected to take 7 steps together, he's slowing me down, and that's why I'm calm. They are called saptapadi, 7 steps together. Yes. And the first step, they say, become spiritual, my friend. Be spiritual. Husband and wife, try and be spiritual. Wonderful. The next step it suggests is invoke strength. This is beautiful. Yes. Shakti. Because unless you invoke strength in your married life, you can't succeed in anything. Material success or personal success or social success is not possible unless you invoke strength. See, so you recognize the power of strength. So in a way, this power is underpinning reality and making this Brahma appear like the creation, Shakti, tap into that. That's what he's telling you. Invoke strength for you to overcome your worldly affairs even. So it's a very crucial idea. And in fact, the reason why people don't realize, when you see these garbas going on in Gujarat and other parts of India too, and the time of Navratri, people are going around dancing and singing the glories of Mother Goddess. And I've participated in many garbas in my younger days. So it's what's actually going on. Think about it. When you are dancing, singing the glories of the strength giver, Mother Goddess, through that process of dancing the night away, singing the glories of Mother Goddess, you are invoking strength in society, not just individual. Whole society gets worked up. Navratri. So this is the power of Navratri and the power of Shakti. It's a very beautiful idea. Most religions are patriarchal, focusing on super personality as male. We are so fortunate. We get the mommy. We like that your ultimate reality is Mother Goddess, Shakti. And one of the interesting thing I can say is this. You see, there are different, different visions about Shakti. Yes. They say, okay, Durga, who fights the evil doers. And they say, Durga also means fighting the inner demons. Then we say, oh, Saraswati, who gives knowledge and learning. Then we say, Lakshmi, who gives wealth and beauty. And these are wonderful. And Gayatri, that invokes, the idea of spiritual experience. All these are wonderful ideas. But most potent idea of female in the Hindu tradition. Very interesting. When you look at Parvati, the consort, don't say wife, the consort of Shiva, this is the depth of Hindu tradition. You see, with other colorful narratives, you've got 4 arms and 16 arms and Devi fighting all the weird monsters. With the idea of, the deeper idea comes with the idea of Parvati as the escort, not escort, as a consort of Shiva. Now, you see, the wonderful thing is, Saraswati is always shown with white cloth, Lakshmi is shown with red or pink clothes, but this particular personality is shown with all different color clothes. There's no fixed rule about Parvati, what color she wears. And then the other feature is this. She has no extra 4 arms, nothing, 4 heads, nothing. Just 2 arms. And you say, why is that? Surely she's very powerful. She's the central figure of the Mother Goddess. So why is she shown without all these extra, hands and all that? The answer is very powerful. Think about it. Hindus, think about it. He's telling, you see all these women in society, all the wives, the daughters, the sisters, they are the best manifestation of Parvati with 2 arms, no 4 arms. So we are saying Parvati is not just some kind of super being with 4 arms. Parvati is visible as the womankind that we cannot see in our daily lives, giving the highest dignity to ordinary, what we consider ordinary woman as the, if you like, the expression of Parvati is with the idea behind why Parvati is shown like an ordinary woman. In a way, it is elevating all of womankind to the level of Parvati. So please remember this. So, in fact, look, you know why India is perhaps progressing so well in the recent years? It is because these Parvatis have been asked to stop just cooking and cleaning and enter greater society and participate in greater society. That is why India is waking up, because half the workforce was kind of tied up in the kitchen, cooking and cleaning. Now that half force is allowed to participate in greater society, so whole society benefits. Very interesting thing to explore. Look, I love to talk about Shakti, because my mentor Sri Ramakrishna was a Shakto. He loved the Mother Goddess. He didn't want Father God, sorry. Anyway, sorry I went on because
that was a great explanation, sir. I love the idea of Shakti and bowing down to Mother Goddess. It's so beautiful and so empowering. So I think, sir, when people worship Mother Goddess, they tend to be charged up, and it seems to charge them up. And we see in Bengal this Durga Puja where they have the image of Mother Goddess and they worship for 9 days and then do Visarjan.
Then there's something interesting people don't know. You see, when you want to worship, say, the Mother Goddess in the villages in India, say Bengal, they don't have stones, they don't have marble, they're poor people, villagers. So what they do is they collect sticks and stones and leaves and flowers and kind of make a kind of interesting feature, looking, say, this is Mother Goddess. Of course, we all bow down to it now, because now the sticks and stones are told they're Mother Goddess. So we bow down. But then sticks and stones and flowers and leaves will not last too long. Think about it. So in 9 or 10 days, they start to wither. So rather than see them withering, your Mother Goddess withering in your house, it's best to do Visarjan. So they gently take her and say, Mother, time for you to go back home. And we immerse the image in the water, river, so it kind of merges with nature. So this is a beautiful way of exploring the idea of how this idea is used in Bengal.
Free e-learning course in Hinduism. To register, please visit www.hindu-academy.com.
Talks on Hinduism. Sponsored by People Care. Encouraging caring for the elderly in their own homes. For more information, please visit peoplecare.com.